And Crowley's not answering the phone for the protection orders. When I did go in person, they did say the representative at the front desk said, when I asked what was the status, he said, "I'm not telling you nothing." Okay, then police came and forced me to leave, pushing and shoving me, trying to get protected. Okay, so then I went to the George Allen. The police came and interrupted that. So they don't want to answer. This is a pattern for years. Like I said, Will Smith, his situation didn't go on for years. That was made for TV. This is a woman dealing with this chaos, and also he was able to, I watched him use transit in that video without them scheming so he could not ride the bus. I watched him have coffee, go to get coffee in that restaurant without them scheming for him not to have coffee at the restaurant. If you have looked at my videos, you can look that someone is conspiring with these businesses to commit crimes, to torture me, and sabotage my life. So let me try to get another one. This is just for you guys because I've been begging for my life for years. They've been playing games for years, enforcing the criminal activity and abuse.
1.
It said for family violence, press 1.
Press 2.
Press 1.
For civil, press 3. For juvenile, press 4. Wait while I transfer your call.
They're not answering. Mind you that these coincidences that are supposedly coincidences were not answering and I just can't get services have been going on for years. So I'm not quite sure how for years this can go on and be a coincidence. This is the second number for protective orders that is not answering. So let me try another one for the child abuse. The DA, I've already went in person and they denied any assistance in person. So let's try and see what's going on with my phone. I don't know why for protection orders they would not answer the phone. For family violence.
District Attorney's Office. Please select from following options. For family violence, press 1.
And I pressed 1
For
last time.
crimes against children, press 2.
I will press 2.
For civil... Wait while I transfer your call.
Since the calls are controlled, all they have to do is prevent someone from answering. Hello?
Crimes against children.
Yes. May I have your name?
This is Cassandra.
Cassandra? Yes, I would like to report child abuse.
Okay. Is it what district? Is it Dallas? Is it DeSoto, Duncanville?
Dallas.
Okay. I'm going to give you a number to Dallas Police Department. They'll have to file it with us for us to prosecute it.
Okay. I'm sorry. What do you do there for crimes against children?
We prosecute the cases that other agencies file with us.
What if the other agencies are corrupt and covering for it?
Well, you can always report them. We have a department that deals with that.
What's that department's name?
Hold for just a
Yeah,
moment.
ma'am.
Ma'am.
What's the department's name? What's the
information?
Okay, before you put me on hold, I don't want to be transferred over. I would like to
I'm
know.
not going to transfer you. I'm going to give you the number.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the department name.
Okay,
I'm not going to transfer you over. Just hold on a second, okay?
Okay. The government's controlling it. Unless they get the consequences they deserve, this is going to keep continuing for years. I just want to be treated like a normal human being. Taking me away from my family, having people in my environment bully me and keep me isolated, having my job have people call and start arguments, and a lot of other things I can't talk about.
Integrity Division.
Yeah, ma'am. I did speak with someone in the public integrity, and they have not been able to assist me. And I told them that I feared my safety, and they had to go. So, and when I came into, I'm not quite sure why they're not answering the phone at the Family Violence and Child Abuse Division, and why the staff allowed me to get pushed and shoved by police and forced to leave trying to get a protection order, and lied to me about the procedure. I was told that there's a victim impact statement. I don't know why they would sabotage my access to a protection order. I thought hindering the case was a crime. And if they're covering for the person that I'm trying to get protected from, and it's the Family Violence and Child Abuse Division, that's pretty sick. In addition to that, prevent me from getting a protection order, then violate me, push and shove me in the process of doing so. And child abuse is involved. I told them I'm not sure if my daughter was strangled in a scheme and then someone's hit my child with a car. That's serious. Why would they push and shove me trying to get protected from chaos like that? What about the cars that sped up to hit like they were going to hit me, and police so petty they're intervening and me eating food? But here's the problem: I get dizzy when I don't eat. So to me, that was like it was attempted murder. If you know that someone gets sick when they don't eat and you deprive them from food, what else could it be? Where they wanted me to pass out, fighting for my life in these schemes? Why would they not review their camera footage when I got trapped on the train and was threatened? That was evidence I was getting railroaded. If someone locked me in on a train, would not let me out for several stops that it was supposed to stop while I was getting threatened, the train driver was a conspirator. It was on camera footage. It was obvious. So if this is what did I call?
The Crimes Against Children's Division.
Okay, so a child got hit with a car and the police department is covering for it. And then cars speed up like they were going to hit me and they cover for that. What do you recommend I do? Because that is a crime against the child. And my daughter got hit. Multiple parties has been involved in emotional abuse as well as physical abuse. And the CPS and the police department is covering for that too. They're forcing my daughter to be a part of schemes. She's been having meltdowns. The police department, as well as everyone else, is covering for her abuse, just so I can't have access to my child, which is causing her, that's abusive in general. Forcing, denying a child access to her mom out of criminal activity, I thought would be considered child abuse. Ma'am, I've been calling for years, not getting anything resolved. I've been going in person for years, not getting anything resolved. These are serious crimes that have been getting ignored for years, ma'am. She put me on hold without saying anything. It's sick. So since they stalk me and know my business, I know people wouldn't believe it, but they want to put me on hold and play games so I don't have my breaks ruined. It's a pattern. So they put me on hold, and then when my break's over, then they try to lure me in and keep me on the phone and pretending like they're going to help so they can keep me past my break. And so then I'm late, and then still don't give me services. It's a pattern, and you have to see it to believe it. This is how petty these people are. They know every different thing about me. They sit on my phone and they listen to everything. I probably have voyeurism crimes going on right now. They're probably allowing the stalker to watch me right now, and a lot of other things that go on. I just cannot report to you because I just don't think that you would believe. I do believe that they're breaking the law and using voyeurism. And update with the air conditioning. The man came in here and behaved weird. They did come like 2 or 3 hours later, and he came in here and cut the air on a certain temperature and left and never came back. But it did get cooler. He did not say, yes, I got it fixed. It was this wrong. He cut the air on a certain temperature, left, and never came back. So I assume that he put the Freon in that somehow kept disappearing on the hotter days of the year, which is what was odd. Why would a maintenance man just cut your air on a certain temperature and never come back again? That's extremely rude. But I get this all the time. So my reactions, and I'm trying to hold the tears back. So in order to persevere and live, I had tried to create some form of comedy in my situation to deal with the trauma that I'm forced to live in. Begging for my life, getting drugged out of my church for years, and it consistently keeps getting ignored. So I've already experienced the absolute terror at a church where someone planted a huge water moccasin, and then the congregation that I'm there trying to escape not being murdered conspires with it and devotes a whole sermon on pit viper snakes, then looks directly at me and says, like in a horror movie, "Let this be your warning." That's where I had to live. Because everywhere I have begged for my life, it has been getting ignored for years. Not only my life, but the life of my children. Down to police department covering for someone waiting for my son to take out the trash and hitting him with a car.